Hey everybody, this is Ross the Boss, and you're listening to the Brutally Delicious Podcast.
This is Bruce, and that's my partner, Chris.
Hey guys. Hey man.
Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Cool. So before we even get started, I was looking at doing some research over the weekend. You're big. Is it baseball that you're big into?
Yeah. We have I really love the sport. We have a baseball facility, a training facility in Middle Village, Queens. It's called The Cage, and we've been open for about 16 years.
Wow. So do you actually get in? Do you actually run it, or do you actually do the training and stuff as well?
I don't do the training. We run it.
Oh, nice. Yankees or Mets?
I couldn't hit a baseball if I tried. It's probably the hardest thing in any sport, hitting a round ball with a matter of fact.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yankees or Mets?
Mets.
Oh, yeah. Very, very good. 100% with you. I'm originally from Long Island, so yeah, I'm a Mets fan for sure.
Cool. Hey, since I'm a Canadian, what's the difference? Like, do they play in different areas of the city or what? Well, the Mets are in Queens.
And the Yankees suck.
Queens. And the Yankees, the shitty Yankees, they play up in the Bronx Stadium.
Right.
Well, I'm glad you guys are so passionate about baseball.
Yeah.
I thought this was a metal podcast. Dude.
Yeah, sorry. Sorry, I got you sidetracked. I just happened to see that, and I thought it was great. Anyway, so new record, Born of Fire, I guess out in, about 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
It dropped on Friday.
Oh, March 6th. I'm way behind. You're right. So it was this week. So now that it's...
I can't find it on any streaming service. I was just on YouTube Music, and I only have the 2 songs, which are Maiden of Shadows and Denied by the Cross. It's out on Spotify, I can tell you that. I know that. It's out on Spotify? Okay, I'll go to Spotify. Yeah. I have a thing there. Amazon, Spotify, you name it. One thing I found interesting is the diversity of the 2 songs that I heard. Like, Maiden of Shadows almost has, like, this element of folk metal to it, and Denied by the Cross is... Hell no. But Denied by the Cross is just straight up in-your-face metal. And, like, sound quality is great, the mix is great, the songs are great. How did this come about for you? Like, I know that you just played 70,000 Tons of Metal as well, correct? Oh, how the album come about? I mean, how did it come about? Yeah, because I was, like, you have to forgive me, I'm kind of new to metal. So I'm learning kind of as I go, and when I was reading your bio on Facebook, the very last thing in it is from 2015, from Death. So I probably haven't updated the Facebook bio. The thing is we put out, Ross Band put out another record, like not even 2 years ago.
Right.
It's called By Bloodsworn, and commercially it was pretty successful, and but we wanted to tour. Now we wanted to tour next month in Europe, hopefully.
Yeah, I know.
So the record company says, you got to make another record. So I said, another record? Another one? I go, okay. Yeah, that's the day. That's what's going on in touring bands. You have to constantly have new product out there. So I said, listen, I just don't have the songs right now because we just did another record 2 years ago. Not even. And so I said, I told the band, guys, I'm going to need your help, and so I had about 4 or 5 tunes, and Mark had 4 or 5 tunes, and Mike had a bunch of stuff, and I got a tune, the Maiden in the Shadows song I got from my guitar player from Death Dealer, he gave me. So, I mean, I had a lot of help from all my brothers, and that's why I think that's why the record sounds so strong, is because it was done by a group, as a group, and we had been already touring for 2 years, 2.5 years, so we were very powerful live, and I think that's why the record sounds the way it does. I mean, it just sounds ferocious. That's the way the band is live. Tight as hell, you know, and there's no ego in the band. So, I mean, we really trusted each other for the record, and you know, we enjoyed. We really had a great time recording it, and I think it sounds it.
It sounds. Oh, I'm a recording engineer by trade, and when I first heard it, I was like, "Damn, this sounds good." Like, that was my first thought right out of the gate was killer riff. Everything sounds like amazing. Did you guys write the songs together in a room, or was it kind of over the internet? How did you kind of come about putting it all together with the group?
That's an excellent question. This time, I mean, by Bloodsworn, the last record, we kind of hashed it out in rehearsal. Okay, this time we didn't have the time to do that, so we just approved demos, and everybody contributed, and that's how we did it. We worked on demos together, and that's basically when the demos were ready. We brought them into the studio, and Steve played the drums over them, and that's what you're hearing.
Amazing, really right? Cool. I love technology. You know, I'm not only am I a recording engineer, I also own a virtual instrument company that makes drum software. So, how did the drum software come into play when you were doing this? Or did you even use any, or was it just guitar riffs?
Drums, those are real drums.
Nice.
I mean, during the demo process.
For the demo process, like Mike used, he had like a drum machine or something. He had a thing, just because everything's on the grid.
Right.
You know, so everything is on the grid. So everything. You know, that's how you have to record. So he had everything down. I had everything down on my demos. Even if it's a simple click track, that's all you need, and then you can. You know, you can only go back to that.
Amazing. So, how much of the demo material made it onto the final recording, or did any?
All of it.
Wow.
All of it.
Well, not the demos. I mean, everything was recorded over.
Right.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like, did you keep any of the tracks that you did during demoing in the final recording, or did you just redo everything when you went into the studio?
Well, basically, what we did was. When our demos were ready, okay, we had the tempos, we had the arrangements, we had everything that we needed. So Steve recorded over that, you know, as a guide. So we had the drums, and then the bass and the guitars were recorded.
Nice.
Oh, it's cool, man. It's such a cool process, you know. I'm always very interested in how bands get from point A to point B, because everyone we interview has, like, some bands don't ever see each other in a room, and they just record their parts at home or whatever, and then they basically have to learn the songs when they get together to go on tour. And some bands are, like, stuck in a rehearsal room, and that's the way they do it. And then there's everything in between. So I'm always very interested to see, especially because you've been in the industry for quite a long time and very successful for a long time, you know, how technology has changed the way you approach the recording process.
Yeah. It was, well, the whole thing was done, you know, because we didn't have a lot of time. You know, we definitely had chemistry, and, you know, instead of mucking about, you know, just micromanaging every fucking second, like most bands do, I think we just let the process, we trusted in the process to do the demo, you know, with the demos. And we were satisfied with what we were hearing, and then we just went in and just played over it, basically.
Right.
That's awesome. Good.
So I have a couple as we're going along here. So did you ever imagine, however many years now, 40 years into this, you'd still be doing this?
No, I don't know. I just never thought that down the road that long, you know. When I started, it was like, you know, 1974. First record was 1975. So I didn't really think that in 2020 I'd be playing music as I'm doing it now.
Right.
But every record that I kept doing, it was just, this is, you know, I'm still recording, I'm still in it, I'm still doing the thing. You know, people are still, you know, liking it. People are still doing, you know, people are reacting. You know, it's not boring.
Right.
You know, it's exciting to what I'm hearing. I'm excited about it. You know, as long as people are excited about it, that's all that matters.
One thing I find interesting, and maybe you do as well, that the fans that are coming to your show now are generational, right? So you're getting kids of original fans. Like I know I'm bringing my son to see your show, shows. That's got to be kind of cool too, right? Because you're getting multi-generations in your audience.
Yeah, multi-generations for sure.
That's pretty wild.
Especially, like metal is like coming to see, the kids are in their denims and leathers and the patches. I mean, the bands that their parents were listening to in the 80s.
Yeah.
It just shows me the power of the music is still great. I don't think nothing has replaced it better.
No. I don't think anything ever can. It's definitely a community and a lifestyle and a whole thing, for sure.
Yeah, and like I know there are punks out there that love the Dictators, and just they come up to me and like, wow, you started that band, well, I said, oh, yep, and it's like it's very powerful, and so the original Dictators are recording again, so that's
right.
It's a great process. It's great to see, and we play live, and our live thing is just kick ass, like
yeah.
I mean, we really, we have this great reputation live, and we just did 26 U.S. shows. We finished in Philly last Monday, and we had such a great trip, and actually that was even before the record was out. So
right.
We're just looking forward to just continue doing what we're doing,
Well, that brings me to my next one then. So I saw you on 70,000 Tons of Metal this year. What was that experience like, and especially being like cooped up with all those fans, and maybe cooped up is not the word, but, access by all the fans.
I'm glad we did it then, that's for sure.
Yeah, you're right. We'd all be cooped up still.
Yeah, we would still be on that boat. Those boat trips are great. So many great bands on it, a lot of entertainment, a lot of partying. I don't drink anymore, so I mean, and not that I never was bad about it. I just don't party like that.
Right.
And so I don't smoke, I don't drink, so it's like kind of boring, It's like everyone's on this other plane.
Right.
But I'm an entertainer. I'm there to play. I'm hired to play there, and so it was tremendous. And the people, the fans, talking to them from all over the world.
Yeah,
it's great. It's great to be together. And that's the great thing about metal. It doesn't matter where you come from. It just doesn't matter.
Right.
We're all like a tribe, and it's very nice to see. It's very nice to be with them.
I 100% agree.
Players are great.
It's all one big, it doesn't matter where you're from Korea, you're from anywhere else in the world, you can kind of bond over a riff and, share a beer or a soda or whatever together, and it's like you knew each other your whole life. It's weird.
Well, it was actually the metal community that got me into metal. I wasn't a metalhead at all, but I went on the first 70,000 Tons of Metal. I looked like a freaking golf pro.
It doesn't matter what you look like either.
Everyone was buying me beers. That's where I met Bruce. And suddenly I just felt part of something bigger than myself, And my journey since then has just been amazing, finding out about new bands,
There's a lot of music to listen to, and a lot of things to find out about.
Yeah. So
it's never ending. Once I started, it's like I said, I'm just finding out about Ross the Boss now, and I'm like, how did I not know about this?
Well, we're glad you're finding out about it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, me too.
So
I don't mean that in a disrespectful way at all. It's just that, I was in 2011 I would have been 35 or something when I started getting into metal, and before that I was a grunge guy, some
Madonna,
kind of stuff.
Backstreet Boys.
Madonna.
Backstreet Boys. What I was going to ask you is, I know you've probably got a lot of festivals planned, but how is it all just wait and see at this point?
What's that? I didn't hear it.
I said you probably got a lot of festivals already for Europe, but is it all just wait and see at this point now?
We got a bunch of stuff for the summer, yeah. We have the European tour in April in a couple of weeks, and we're all like very, very wondering what's going on at this point, because there's been a lot of mentions from cancellations.
Right.
There's nothing we can do about it, you know? There's just nothing you can do about all this stuff. And we'll see.
I imagine that affects the bottom line a lot, too, because a lot of these bands, I don't know if it really relates to yourself, but a lot of these bands are reliant on those tours to support them through the year, and that's gonna take a hit on a lot of people, right?
Yeah. It's very alarming right now. We don't know that. You see that no one knows. The markets don't even know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, it's a weird time now. But you know, what can you do? All I know is my record is great.
That's perfect.
We agree.
Yeah, no. When I saw that they canceled stuff, I thought last time, like, oh man.
Yeah.
It's going to hit a lot of people hard, you know. But
Sure.
Like you say, what can you do about it? There's nothing.
There's nothing we can do about this. And
You could put on the new Ross the Boss record and just kick back and wait.
yeah, bang it home.
Chris, that's all I've got. I don't know if you got anything else.
I don't, man. I really appreciate you taking the time with us today, and it's been a real pleasure discovering your music and talking with you.
Well, gentlemen, it's been fun. It's been fun to talk on my end here. Just thank you for the support, and you know, I say this to everybody: just check the record out. If you like the 2 songs you hear, get the record. And, you know, because that's what really helps. You know, the physical sales.
Hell yeah.
The streaming, whatever that is, you know, that all helps, you know, continue the music, because you can't do it for free.
That's right. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate your time.
Hello out there. Yes, hello out there, everyone. I'm Hal Schwartz.
And I'm Flynn McLean. Together we host None But the Brave, a podcast dedicated to the music and career of Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce and E Street Band are on tour right now for the first time in 6 years, and we're taking a detailed look at what's happening on stage in our bi-weekly episodes.
We've also been recently joined by some very exciting guests, including rock journalist Warren Zanes and Stephen Hayden, Backstreet's Magazine founder Charles Cross, and Barstool's Kirk Minahan.
If you're a diehard Springsteen fan, this is the show for you.
So please subscribe to None But the Brave on your favorite podcasting platform, and we hope to see you further on up the road.
Thank you so much. We'll be seeing you.